So today our topic is necrosis. So firstly I will explain you some detail about cell injury. What is cell injury? Cell injury is basically defined as a variety of stress due to etiological lesions which a cell encounters resulting in change in its internal and external environment. Next we will see etiology of cell injury. Cell injury is broadly injured by two ways: genetic cause and second is acquired cause. Next we will straight go to our topic necrosis. Necrosis is broadly irreversible cell injury. It includes localized area of death of tissue followed later by degradation of tissues by hydrating enzymes. Next we have its causes. It can be caused by various agents such as hypoxia, chemical and physical agents, microbial agents, etc. Types. Based on the morphological appearance, there are 5 types of necrosis. Number 1 coagulative, number 2 liquefactive, number 3 caseous, number 4 fat, number 5 fibrinoid. First type, that is coagulative necrosis. It is the most common type of necrosis in all type of necrosis. It is mainly caused by irreversible focal injury, mostly from sudden cessation of blood flow, that is ischemic necrosis. Organ affected are heart, kidney and spleen. In gross we can see the early stage focus is pale, firm and slightly swollen and called infant. In microscopy we will see normal cell is converted into their tombstone. Eventually necrosed focus is infiltrated by inflammatory cells and dead cells are phagocytized.
In the diagram we can see outlines of the cells are retained, but their cytoplasmic and nuclear details are lost. The necrosed cells are swollen and have more eosinophilic cytoplasm than the normal. These cells shows nuclear changes of pycnosis, karyohexis and karyolysis.
Next type we have liquefactive necrosis. It is mainly due to ischemic injury and bacterial or fungal infections. The common examples are infarct, brain and abscess cavity. If we see in gross affected area soft with liquefied centers, later cyst wall is formed. In microscopy, cystic space contains necrotic wall debris is seen and macrophages filled with phagocytized materials are seen.
In the right side of the diagram, the necrosed area of the field shows cystic space containing cell debris, while the surrounding zone shows granulation tissue and gliosis.
We have caseous necrosis. It is found in center of foci of tuberculosis infection. It contains feature of both liquefactive and coagulative necrosis. In the gross, we can see foci resemble a dry cheese and are soft, granular and yellowish in appearance. Next is microscopy. Microscopy contains structureless eosinophilic material having scattered granular debris and shows uncharacteristic granulomatous inflammatory reaction of epithelioid cells.
In the diagram we can see at the periphery granulomatous inflammation can be seen alongside the viable lymph node tissues.
It is a special form of cell death occurring at mainly rich anatomic locations. Examples are traumatic necrosis of the breast, mainly in the pendulous breast, and the mesenteric fat necrosis due to acute pancreatitis. In the gross we can see it appears as yellow, white and firm deposits. Formation of calcium soaks in parts the necrosed foci, firmer and chalky white appearance. In the microscopy, white cells have cloudy appearance. This is presence of amorphous, granular and basophilic. Moving on to our last type, that is fibrinoid necrosis. Deposition of fibrin-like material which has staining properties of fibrin such as phosphotungstic acid, hematoxylin stain. In this mainly microscopy is seen. Microscopically it is identified by brightly eosinophilic hyaline-like deposition in vessel wall.
Fibrinoid necrosis, autoimmune vasculitis. Vasculitis means vessel wall are thickened and narrow, cutting off vital supply to tissues and organs. The vessel wall shows brightly pink amorphous material and nuclear fragments of necrosed neutrophils in this necrosis.
End with the topic necrosis.